They say it's not rocket science, but somehow, when it comes to politics, it suddenly feels like one.
Welcome back to Rocket Science Podcast. It's me, Jasmine.
And hey everyone, it's Jack.
So, Jack, quick question. If the police park in a no parking zone, do we still get fined?
Excuse me? What?
Exactly. And just like that, you step right into today's conversation.
Oh, we're talking about politics, where rules, powers, and people don't always play fair.
Yep. So, before we jump into the heavy stuff, let's start simple. When we say a good political leader, what do we actually mean?
Yeah, because being loud, powerful, or popular doesn't automatically make someone a good leader.
Exactly. A good leader isn't about title, it's about how they use the power they're given.
That's definitely right. So we're going to jump into the topic. We're going to compare two of the most popular politicians in 2025. Donald J. Trump, which is the president of the United States, everybody knows that, and then the mayor of the New York City, Zohran Mamdani.
Oh, okay. So let me introduce about Zohran Mamdani a little bit because I'm pretty sure most of you have not quite familiar with the name. So, well, he's just been elected mayor of New York City, and that's a big deal because New York City isn't just any city. It is one of the most influential cities in the world where decisions impact millions of lives. And on top of that, Mamdani just became the youngest mayor ever elected in the city's history. Can you believe that?
Yeah, actually, that's very quite impressive of what he's done. It's very really good. I heard that he was a rapper before. I like rap songs, so I gotta sing his songs after this podcast.
Yeah, he's also a very charismatic person, you know. He's very cheerful and very thoughtful, and he's also a great listener. I think that is very admirable for a leader. So he has these qualities of leadership.
Yeah, on the other hand, is Donald J. Trump. So I'm pretty sure that everybody literally knows about Donald Trump based on his recent event in Venezuela as well. We're going to talk about that later. So we're going to compare about the politician during politics, the leadership styles, how they lead the people, how they organize such things like that. What kind of style will be works best for the future generation? So between the Donald Trump and Zohran Mamdani, leadership style is totally different. So firstly, about the leadership philosophy. So Donald Trump's philosophy is mostly transactional and directly given the results. He always speaks straightforward. He always gives results really straightforward. He doesn't take time very much. He like fast. So he emphasizes deals, wins, and leverage as well. So he also like the authority of the leadership to be from the top down authority. Like he wants to give commands, and the leadership decides and directs as well. So he also believed that the frames of the politics is like a competition. He always trying to compete with other leaders in the world to make him show that he is capable of making better than everyone else. View politics as a competition in some way. So he always clear with the winners and losers. He always made it clear, loud and clear. So on the other hand, what about the Zohran Mamdani?
Well, before I talk about Zohran Mamdani, I think, President Trump, he views the world from the business point of view because he is a businessman.
Like a rodeo, right? Like a rodeo, babe.
Who is this? I like this car. Is this your car?
Yes.
Well, you know what? I'm buying it. I need it fast. I'm buying it.
You're buying my car.
Here's a check.
Wow.
Thanks.
Oh my God. Wow. Well, just let me get my kids out of the back.
Now, wait a minute. I don't have time for this. These are your kids?
Yeah.
I'm buying this.
So that's what I thought because his leadership based on the business point of view. That's just my opinions personally. Okay, let's go back to Zohran Mamdani. On the other hand, he is more ideological and movement oriented because he is a democratic socialism and he sees leaderships as, collective and collaboration. So what stands out about Mamdani's leadership is how much he listens. That's his powerful things that a human being have. He doesn't just speak for people, he speaks with them. So his leadership feels rooted in understanding everyday struggles, not just making big promises. So Mamdani leads by listening mostly, because I've seen his most of the videos. When someone is talking, he really listens carefully what the other person is trying to talk or trying to communicate, So he communicates clearly and represents real people and builds leadership from the ground up, not the top down like President Trump. So there's a huge gap between these two leaders of the country.
Yeah, I think that the main difference is because of background. Donald Trump is born as a really huge family, which is already in the politics. He got into politics at such a very young age. So he's been in this area for a really long time. He mostly focused on decision making and business things, in like big things. But on the other hand, Mamdani he is ground up building like most people. He was a rapper before. He used to be one of our citizens. So he knows how to interact with people, how to draw their attention, what are their concerns, what are their actual needs. So he can communicate with the people way better than Donald Trump in some ways. But Donald Trump also has his own unique style of communicating with people. So Donald Trump is mostly communicating with people. Donald Trump mostly rely on confrontation. He confrontate a lot of time. He's highly confrontational. He's provocative and emotionally charged sometimes. Yes, he use extremely simple words, like straightforward words, punchy language as well, and it's designed for like mass appeal. Ground people and the people who are not in the very educated people still understand what Trump means. And he always tells what he wants clearly and loud and clear all the time. Even if he doesn't like this thing, he just say it. He doesn't like this person. He doesn't like this style, straightforward, without any going around the cases all the time. No, he doesn't do like that. That can sometimes create some conflicts between his speech, because he always doesn't tell straight without going back and forth all the time. So he communicates through conflicts, controversy. Sometimes it can create controversy. He talks in a really upper voice with a dominant voice. He's been a leader for a long time, in this case for a long time. So he knows how to be provocative to people. He knows how to be influential to many people using simple and punchy language.
Yeah, I agree with you, because also like mostly Trump is more like being sarcastic, In most of his speeches, he will talk literally, without thinking anything. And he just said whatever he feels like. He don't actually care about other people, He just say whatever he feels like. That's also very good things for a president. I mean, he doesn't need to include emotions sometimes because it's very professional. But in Mamdani, about one thing that you say, he is one of us. Yeah, he is very familiar with the people, citizens of the New York cities, or when he was being raised. He was being raised with morality and with the very basic requirements and basic needs of the people. He's a very grounded person. So his way of leading is mostly about listening to the people's voice and make sure that they get what they need. So maybe that's one reason why many people connect with the recently elected mayor, because he speaks the same language as the people he represents, and not just in words, but in understanding their daily realities. So when leaders and citizens are on the same wavelength, I think communication doesn't get lost in translation, because he's one of the most admirable people for me personally. Even Trump describes him as a charismatic person, because I don't know whether you know it or not, Trump usually don't like people. He doesn't usually appreciate people, and he's always been sarcastic and always like a bit aggressive. But when he met Mamdani, I think he likes Mamdani pretty much. He even said like so many things that we agree on. So I think that he likes Mamdani. Also, you can see how Mamdani is so motivated and encouraging towards changes regardless of his ethnicity. I think we need more leaders like him. And then our world will be more peaceful and free from wars, hopefully. That's my perspective. Because I think like a good leader thinks about the next generation and not just the next term. So we can see these qualities in Mamdani. He's the one who brings hopes, to the people who are feeling hopeless. So he's like the ray of hope. That's most people say. Most of the people likes him. So he's quite young, active, and responsive. So I think he can do more things beyond his age. So yeah, that's very good qualities in him.
Well, speaking about Trump, it's like when you say before, I agree on something that Trump is sometimes a little bit childish. He picks fight with like some random people sometimes. He doesn't like certain people. He just pick a fight on literally not just in private, on public, on social media. You can say like Trump is a little bit childish at some points, but that may be one of his strategies. He is a person that you can't predict very much. He always stay to be unpredictable. So it's like sometimes he say things that he doesn't mean, that he didn't want to say, but he just say it out loud just for the people to get attention, and then he just try to do something else in the background. He also admit that sometimes when he say certain things, and then in next speech he say that it doesn't mean like that. He was kidding. He was being sarcastic, something like that. Sometimes he says like that, but when it comes to really big decision, Trump really made his promises. Make a promise to change this law. He literally changed it too. He that's already changed it in the past. He's a promisable person. He's trustable sometimes, but when it comes to a little bit of conflict things, he's a bit of a childish person. You know, that's what I said before. In the recent case, he picked a fight with Elon Musk. Because he and Elon Musk has been together for a really long time. It looks like they've been really together, good together. They're working together in business terms, in technology terms as well. But later, they just got into a fight. I don't know why. They just got into a fight on social media. That's a really big deal. And they pick a fight on social media. Everybody can see that. That can loosen a little bit of his image. But in some way, the Trump supporters like him more and more because they think that the Trump is also, the way he's fighting is not just actual fighting, his words, in sarcastic way, something like that. So in actual people like us, we sometimes fight like that too. Also trying to be one of us. Mamdani is literally one of us, but Trump is not one of us, but he's trying to be. Sometimes it's quite not inequality yet. In concern with the project image, the leadership image is closely tied to his personal brand. Often position himself as a problem solver. He always try to solve this single problem. He always make a big decision that can literally impact millions of people. If he thinks this thing is good, he just do it. Whatever the other people are like denying, are not agreeing on him. If you think this is good, he's just gonna do it. He doesn't care no more.
Yeah. So he's more like an open-minded person and also a bit childish. That we all aware of that. So, but I think if Mamdani and President Trump, if they work together, then I think it will be balanced. Balanced enough to handle whole countries and balanced enough to solve the conflicts because one is mature and one is childish. So I think it's a perfect combination. So besides these two leaders, we're gonna like a bit generalize about what leadership skills are actually is because from my point of view, I feel like it should be like chosen by the people. If you are gonna be a great leader, there's also like saying, if you're gonna be a great leader, then you should be a great follower first. So that's first and first. And then the next thing is, you should be chosen by the people because a good leader gains power through fair elections. So that's what exactly happened to Zohran Mamdani elections. And also people should feel represented, not ruled. They should feel like they're together in this, changing towards the future. So I think leadership starts with consent, not control. Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, yeah. A good leader can be like, he should be questioned, people can have the authority to ask you question or why did you do that? People should have the authority to ask you why you did this thing. In Trump's leadership style, you can't do that. Trump is mostly on commanding thing. He's command people on doing a single thing without explaining why he wants to do it. If he wants to do it, just do it, follow his order or not, you're going to fire. He'd fire a lot of people because they didn't listen to Trump. So he already fired a lot of people. So it's like, I don't think that's a good quality that his leader should have. Leaders should have a collaborative power, the collaborative strength to use the people's voices in making decisions and making actions. Also, the great leader, they should admit mistakes. But in this thing, Trump is kind of good. He admits his mistake. If he says something wrong, he admits it in the next speech. Yeah, he was just kidding or he was wrong that time. Or during Mamdani's election, he's saying that Trump is he's a fascist or something like that. He criticized Mamdani a lot. And also Trump criticized Mamdani too. They criticize each other a lot of time. But when they meet an actual person, they literally agreed on a lot of things about the policy and the laws and decision making. So they get along very well. They can get along very well. So yeah, they agree on the same pages and many things. When they work together, there might be a really good change in people because Mamdani can understand us. He was also one of us, like I said before. He was one of us, so he can understand what people basic needs, the needs of basic people. So he can arrange the New York City, where he's a major right now, to be a really world class for many people to actually afford to live in there. So and also in terms of education, Mamdani really focused on education very much. He believes that education is one of the main core of the of the politics of the country to make it develop. So I definitely agree on that. And they should have the connection with the people too. Trump also had a lot of connection with the people. Yes, the way he's doing is like he's old. He's trying to do with the old-fashioned way, but it's kind of good in his own way. After he invaded Venezuela, take out the president, encourage all the military, all gather out in the hall, and then he just sing and dance for them. There's one single song he dances all the time. Young man with American song, he dances one single hand movement all the time, right?
Young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man.
He danced in front of a lot of people, entertaining them and making connection with people, with the citizens, with the military as well. So he's good at making a connection with the people. But in terms of making connection with the youths who actually understand, is Mamdani is way better than Trump at that time.
Yeah. Mamdani is more like Gen Z style because he can catch up with the young people more, and Trump is more like old-fashioned. But if, like you say, if they work together, then it can balance. It can be balanced and blend so well. Okay, so we're gonna leave this to decide who is the better leaders while we're discussing these leadership skills. So according to you, who do you think would be the perfect leaders for the world? The leadership quality who have would shake the world better than before. I think we should also discuss about some power, because I want to know what happens when leaders have power without limits.
Yeah. What if power starts speaking louder than laws?
Okay, so shall we dive into the recent news of Venezuela and US? Because I feel like that could be a powerful move to study. What do you think, Jack?
Yeah, definitely. That recent move of Trump into Venezuela, that was actually incredible and surprising as well. It's definitely surprised me. I just wake up and saw the news. I was like, whoa, what the hell just happened in the world? Trump just invaded Venezuela using the Air Force. It just took a few hours to take out the president and the wife of Venezuela. So definitely, of course, the quality of the two countries, the quality of the military, the quality of the usage of money, the budget is definitely way different. There's a really big gap between the US and Venezuela. Venezuela have literally no defense. There is no chance that it can defend the US military. Well, in terms of Trump invading him and capturing the Venezuela's president, well, I think that is quite a good decision to make, I think. Venezuela president has been accused of many cases in terms of corruptions, in terms of drug dealing, drug-related crimes, and in terms of human rights abuses as well. There are many cases he's been accused of. But the thing that pissed the Trump off, the president himself of Venezuela, to literally challenge Trump to come and take him if he thinks that he actually doing all these crimes, And also, there are many tons of literally loads, millions of tons of drugs has been imported to US illegally. And so the Trump doesn't really like that. Of course, he's trying to make the citizen of the US fall into drugs. So he got to take action. The Trump had got to take action. So he did it.
Yeah, so there are so many debates happening on social media because supporters says that this is Trump invading to Venezuela is about justice and accountability. But on the other hand, critics say that this look like power overriding international law. I don't know whether this is true. I mean, not this is power overriding or not, but what true is that one thing that we can't ignore is, Venezuela citizens, they are extremely happy about being captured by their president being captured. Maybe this time Trump makes the right decisions, because it's a very rewarding thing for Venezuela people because they started having hopes. I mean, if they don't like their president, they're supporting this whole operation, then I think it's a success. Relating with power and laws, I have powerful line, I saw, and it really stuck with me every time. Powerful one. Okay, I'm gonna just say it. Okay, if you hold again and I hold again, then we can talk about the law. And if you hold a knife and I hold a knife, then we can talk about rules. But if we both come empty-handed, then we can talk about reason. And if you have a gun and I only have a knife, then the truth already lies in your hands. And if you have a gun, why I have nothing? What you hold isn't just a weapon, it's my life. This whole paragraphs are laws, rules, and morality only have meaning when they are built on equality. So I think that's a harsh reality is this because the power is the powers. Even the people say there is no one above the laws. But is it even true? Because I believe that powerful people create rules and they are above the laws. There are also these controversial things that people say rules are meant to be broken and laws are also same. So power is something that it can eat you alive.
Yeah, maybe. In this case, as I said before, the Trump is made a really good decision, but the way he invaded Venezuela without any consent is a bit of like violating other countries' rights. But the duty of putting the justice in Venezuela country is there's organizations for that, UN organization. There are many other organizations that is responsible for this case, but they're not doing their job. They're just focusing on their meeting without any action. Also, it's a useless meeting. They don't have actual results in those meetings.
Yeah, they just talk, and there's no results, and they never come up with the solutions, and they just close their door and have a meeting and then comes out with absolutely nothing. So when someone takes actions without their concern, then they're like, oh, this is illegal and this is overriding international laws. They start making big deal. But I think I fully support Trump in this process because for me, citizens are more important. So if citizens agree on that, then who are we even, to judge?
Yeah, that's the reason why the UN don't really speak about that very much because the citizens are happy about it. They really want someone to capture their president. They don't like him at all. Venezuela president lost the election the last time, but he chose to be president again. He got power in his hand, so he wants to be president again, even though he's lost the election. So it's definitely not justice anymore. It's not human right anymore. So someone got to take an action with that because the real ones who have responsibility are not doing that. So someone's are in a really big, powerful hand. Someone's got to do it.
Venezuela president is like, dictatorship. He's controlling his citizens and locking the freedom of the people. So I think that's a very good thing for President Trump to just invade and capture president of the Venezuela. I think, I don't know, I'm from, Asia country where there is not much freedom where I came from. I feel like if the same thing happened to my country, then people will be happy as well,
Yeah, maybe the reason why they also don't really provocate the U.S. president is that the U.S. lies most of the power, also. They can't talk back to the U.S. Even the UN organization cannot override U.S. power sometimes. Even in this case, most of the world are behind U.S. in this case. So they can't talk anything about that. I think it's right. Definitely right. Some people will say that it's misuse of the power overriding. Maybe you can say that if he invades some country that's already in peaceful way, that will be a really wrong behavior. That will be a really wrong thing, really wrong decision. But in this country, that is what it should be done.
Yep, it's absolutely.
I don't think no other president in the world are capable or even like
They're not
this
brave enough to just step in like U.S. So I think about power and laws, I think feel like almost like the animal kingdom because the bigger one always take down the smaller one, and the difference is that animals don't have rules and humans do. But the uncomfortable truth is that those rules are often banned or broken when power is involved.
Yeah, so basically the same jungle in different outfits, suits instead of fur and speeches instead of growls. So it's like we're also living in our own kingdom, but it's quite the same ideology as the animal kingdom. And also that's why U.S. have this basic system about check and balance. When the leader have too much power, you got to check and balance with the Senate with representation, people from each state. So the power of the U.S. government working right now is quite in a fair way, I would say. Even though they're mostly the Trump's people, Republican people are mostly in the Senate and representative party. Even though that most of the decisions are made by the people's voices, the people's representatives. So the style of the government style is definitely already balanced. That's what I call democracy, Or not only the leaders decide, the people have to decide what it should be. The thing about Trump is like sometimes he's not listening to people. He's decided most of the cases mostly. But if we have a machine to combine Mamdani and Trump, that would be really cool into one person, literally into one person. And then he will be brave to take action. He quick and he will also listen to people. He understand people from the base on the ground. I think that would be really good if you combine. But I'm not sure about if they are working together would be a good thing. But I'm not quite sure about that because Trump won't listen what Mamdani say. He won't listen very much, because Trump is the bigger power, obviously. So he won't listen very much. He only take advice. But the thing I suggest is that we need a machine, combine these two into one.
Yeah, that would be amazing, About the democracy, we're going to discuss in the later episodes because it's a wide area to discuss. And about the check and balance as well, because I have a question. is democracy even necessary? You know, that's some kind of hot topic. It's very controversial, and I think we will discuss about this later episode because, as I said before, it's a wide area and there are so many topics to discuss under that topic. So we're gonna see you on later episodes with this topic.
Yeah, they also involve about what kind of democracy are we asking for. There are many types of democracy, and we gotta be careful about asking which type of democracy we're asking for. I don't think many people understand fully what democracy means.
We will discuss it and find the answer for that, okay? Right now, we think we have covered a lot of topic, a lot of things about leadership skills. And I hope all of you also have some thoughts in this process of leading people. It's not quite easy to lead the whole country as a leader. So if you're going to be a leader, then you should know what are the good quality, to be a leader. I hope you really understand what we really discuss and what we really talk about and what we really share is more than just two leaders. Okay, it's beyond that. So you can figure it out more than this.
And then you can discuss about which kind of leader will be work best for a future generation. Because I don't think older generation will leading us won't be a really good idea for a long term. We gotta lead each other. Younger generation have to be led by the younger generation. I believe in that fact.
So let us know which one would be perfect to lead in the future.
Stay tuned for more exciting topics and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.
We'll see you on next Friday night because it's not rocket science. Oh wait, it actually is.